What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? Battles here and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. And this is gonna be another episode of Winter Upgrades predictions. These are the players I think deserve winter upgrades on January or February when they come out based on their current live performances. So without out of the way, please remember to like and subscribe. I really think it's time for the channel to keep improving a little bit more, so all the support you can give, guys. If you enjoy the video, leave feedback how we can improve and a lot more. I really appreciate it. Mauro Icardi. This guy has performed amazingly for Inter. He has 16 goals and 6 assists in all competitions, and he has really been a main striker for Inter Milan in probably the last 3 seasons now. And his card hasn't really reflected that. He has currently an 82 rated striker card, but now I think it's time to bump him up a little bit up in the players' perspective alongside different strikers. So now we're gonna give Icardi an 84 striker card. Sturridge has an 84 card, and trust me, Icardi is much better than Sturridge right now. So Icardi has an 84 rated card. I bumped up his shooting as well as passing a little bit, as well as really because of those assists and goals he keeps doing, and 81 and 57 passing isn't good enough for him. The next player may come as a surprise, and this is Carrasco Pique. These guys have played really good for Barcelona this year. I have seen him in probably all the matches of Barcelona since I tried to get to all the matches and watch them all. And he has been performing really good for Barcelona, but I'm doing this more because EA has already bumped up some players in head-to-head and in career mode stats. So Carrasco Pique went from an 86 to an 87, and Sanchez went, for example, from an 87 left winger to an 88 striker. So you could say that that's a card he will probably be upgraded in Ultimate Team as well. So Pique have upgraded him to an 87 based on what, like I said, EA gave to him in career mode, and I have given him one more defending and physical because really he hasn't, I don't know, he deserves a little bit more in all of the stats, and well, it's just a basic upgrade for Pique. Moving on, we go to Italy, and this guy has been really good, trust me. Andrea Belotti is probably one of the best strikers right now currently in Serie A, alongside Higuain and also Dybala, because he has been performing amazingly for Torino. Although his first year really like banging up goals for Torino, I think he deserves an upgrade nevertheless. He has a 77 non-rare card, but a 79 gold rare probably is more about where he should be. So I give him a little bit more in all of the important stats for a striker, such as pace, shooting, passing, also physical, because those are stats that will overall improve him as a striker as he's doing in real life. Next up, this card might surprise a few, and that's James Milner. This guy has been playing really decently for Liverpool and playing in a left back, which is really surprising that he's performing this well in that position, being him a center mid, and I don't know how the hell he's performing that good at left back. Next up, this upgrade might surprise a few, and that's James Milner. This guy has been really scoring a lot of goals for Liverpool lately, having 6 or 7 breaking already last year tally in, I think, penalty spots or something like that, and he has been playing as a left back, so that's really surprising how a person of his age at that position as a left back is performing so good. I don't know how, but Klopp has managed to do that. So Milner, his upgrade could probably be a left back, and based on that I have upgraded his defending and shooter and drilling and physical here and there, but he will probably not be good as he's in real life in game. Next up, we have a player that has really surprised a few this season, and that's Nacho Fernandez. This guy has been playing a lot for Real Madrid this season, especially in left back position or also right back, and he has really been improving a lot. I basically give him his upgrade based on what EA has given him in the game as well, and that's an 80 rated card. He definitely needs to be a player like that because he's performing really decently for Real Madrid. So I have upgraded his defending and physical. He could probably become sort of a player like Bartra was last year for Barcelona and also in game, because he was a really decent, cheap, good pace center back of La Liga, and he could become that even better now. Surprisingly enough, this guy Edin Visca was my first ever pack player I have ever pulled in FIFA 17, and I sold him right away because I was not gonna play like ever with his club, which is Istanbul Basaksehir, something like that. So Visca has been performing really good. If you check out his stats, he has something around like 17 goals and 9 assists, something like that for his club, and he has been probably the best player in Turkey this year, and he has been performing really good. So I have upgraded both in shooting, pace, passing, drilling, all of his stats, also physical, because he's really a very good winger in game. But although he's in that league, it will be really bad, but If he moves ever to another club, I bet he's gonna have a decent rating and a decent card. Next up, we go to Portugal and we take a look at Alejandro Grimaldo. This was a guy who was playing for Barcelona as a left back. He left to go to Benfica and he has been really good performing for them. He has prepared Eliseu and basically a really good player, sort of like a Jordi Alba for them. So he has very good pace, dribbling, passing, but not so good in defending and physical. So I have a grade this because he's, well, a defender basically. He really shown that he could play both roles, sort of a deep left back and also an attacking left back, because Benfica really like to shift his positions. They either play 4-2-3-1 or also a 4-2-2-2. So something like that, he performed both those roles really good. So I have improved him his passing and dribbling definitely, because he has scored some outrageous crosses that I have seen, and also his defending all around, because he can, like I said, he could really adjust to that position as well. Our next player is Yannick Ferreira Carrasco. This guy has been probably the shining player for the season of Atletico Madrid. Although they have not been performing that good, this guy has still been performing in an individual level really good, really decently as well. He has been probably a player that has surpassed any expectations, because Simeone bought Gaitan probably to give him a little bit more competition, but Carrasco just completely overrun Nicolas Gaitan, and Gaitan hasn't even had a shot to play, only around 3 games I think, and 2 goals. And Carrasco has been performing really good, and he really is a player that impacts the game a lot. A lot of his movements off the ball really takes a lot of the concentration away from defenders and allows others to run into the box. So probably not the most sparkling player, sort of like what Neymar is doing this year for Barcelona. He's not having a lot of goals, but a lot of assists, and also having a lot of influence in the match. So I have graded his card from an 82 to an 84. We have a little bit more of shooting, passing, dribbling, because those are all the stats a good left winger and probably a good attacking player really needs to become that player, star player for the team. Next up, we go to another player similar to Carrasco, and that's Alejandro Gomez. This guy has been probably the star player for Atalanta, who has been outperforming this year with Franchesi and this guy as well in their squad. He has been linked to a lot of different clubs, top Serie A clubs like Fiorentina and also Milan. If we take a look from the news and we take a look from the stats he's had, he's a really good player and probably deserves an upgrade this year. Since I don't know much about it, I don't want to give him a rating I think EA will give them. I went with a safe bet and I went with just 1 more overall, and all of those stats goes to passing and shooting just. Because if he's gonna become a really good left winger and having a lot of inflation play with goals and assists, his passing and goals reflect that directly. So he needs better shooting and better passing. Our next player is probably one you don't know as well, and that's Karim Demirbay. He has been playing really good for Hoffenheim, although he was previously a reserve player, like nobody in the club would ever take a look at him. He came in 1 match, and probably for the new young manager they have, their manager is just 29 or 30 years old, and this guy is 26, for example, the player. So the manager is 4 years more of this guy. And Demirbay has been performing really good. He is not the youngest, and he's not probably the best player with a lot of potential, but he's a player who has rapidly improved his game. As you can see, he was a 73 rated silver, and now I have graded to a 76, because they play in this formation where the center defensive mid comebacks as the center back, something really complicated, and this guy is sort of like a player that glues all that together. Whenever the CDMs comes down, he takes that position and does it really good, and also have the ability to link up play, sort of like an attacking midfielder as well. So I have a grade all his stats all around, a little bit more in that defending position because he was really bad in defending previously, so I'll give him a little bit more in that. We have a great pace, shooting, passing, a little bit more in passing due because he has a lot of assists. A really good upgrade for this guy. Probably not the best card this year, but probably in the next FIFA he will have a decent card, mainly a gold rare or something like that, alongside of a 79 or 80. Moving on, we have one player who definitely deserves this huge upgrade, and that's Idrissa Gueye. This guy played really good for Aston Villa when they were still in the Premier League. RIP Aston Villa. And this guy moved to Everton now, and he's probably the best player Everton had this season. Although many may say Lukaku because of his goals, this guy has performed the most tackles in the league, and also performed the second most tackles in the league last year when he was against Kante. So this guy could probably be like a second candidate that not too many guys has given credit to. So Idrissa Gueye definitely deserves a really good upgrade. So an 80 card, I think it's suited for him. All of his stats have been upgraded, and hopefully he'll become a decent player I really want to use. Really quickly, our last two players, one of them is Bruno Soriano, who has been at Villarreal. He has been playing really good for them. Villarreal are the team in La Liga with less goals conceded, and this guy is a big part of that. Although he's not a center back, he's that player who sits in front of all the defense, and he's the ability, the wall basically, the brick wall that don't allow players to come in. So I have upgraded a little bit more of his stats in each position, like shooting, passing, dribbling, defending, physical, all of those stats by 1. And although you may not see him being used too much, I urge you to try him out. His card is really good and definitely a very good midfielder for any La Liga team you have out there. And now our last player is Dwight Gale. This guy deserves a massive upgrade for his amazing form for Newcastle. He's banked 20 goals for Newcastle. That's the last player since Alan Shearer, and in the championship as well, he's a top goal scorer with 20 goals. This guy is just amazing. So he deserves at least a 4 overall upgrade to a gold card. Really, I have upgraded his shooting a lot, his dribbling, and his physical as well, because if you see him, he's just beautiful to watch. He's a poacher. He just come in, goal, 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 hope he doesn't even care about the defenses. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe. I have bought a new capture card and also a new microphone, so the content and the quality is gonna improve definitely. And now this career mode, I want to make it probably the best career mode ever you will ever see on YouTube. So please stay subscribed and leave a like, give it all the feedback you want, and see you in the next video. Ciao, take care.